10 coding facts to wrap your head around. Fact: there are a lot of people out there who know a lot about coding. Fact: I've gathered a bunch of that available information and have compiled the best of it below. Fact: once you begin a blog post in such a fact manner, it's difficult to just start writing normally without this type of segue. Coding facts. So, here's a list of coding facts. Or, facts if not directly related to coding, have to do with coding in some fun, current, or valuable way, shape, or form. 1. There are over 700 different programming languages. When you think about coding languages, you can probably rattle off a handful without much effort, from JavaScript to Python, and more. But did you know there are around 700 different programming languages? If you ever need a coding rabbit hole to dive down, here you go. Some are more notable than others, and this may not even be a complete list. 2. Python is the most popular language, or is it? The most popular programming language is Python, according to the People Popularity of Programming Language Index, which measures how often language tutorials are searched on Google. This is of course one measure of many, and isn't saying Python is the best. While it's a great coding language for kids, the best can only be determined on a case-by-case basis. 3. The first computer bug was an actual bug. A moth, to be precise. Yes, the first computer bug was discovered in 1947, and was a literal bug, or moth stuck inside Grace Hopper's Harvard Mark II computer. The irony that Grace Hopper sounds an awful lot like grasshopper isn't lost on me here, either. 4. The majority of high schools don't teach computer science. But, at least some do, right? In fact, it's close to a 50-50 split, with Code.org reporting here that 45% of high schools teach computer science. There are 600,000 current computing job openings. That's it. That's the fact. 6. California has 3x the state average demand rate when it comes to these open computing jobs. That said, California doesn't require all high schools to offer CS. 15 states do, though. And Florida, New Hampshire, and others also require instruction prior to high school. 7. Perl is said to be associated with an average global salary of $84,025.50. That's the most among the different languages. Scala isn't far behind, and is associated with an average global salary of $77,159.60. You can read more about the methodology, but HackerRank surveyed over 116,000 software developers and students to come to these conclusions. That's one thing we keep going back to, and that can be gleaned with these previous 3 facts. Jobs are in demand, they pay well, and could be incredibly rewarding and visible if that's something your kids are looking for in their future. 8. Python was not named after a snake. In terms of naming, we've talked about how Python isn't as scarily named as it sounds. Read more in our guide on Python for kids. But here is a fun one. Which kid's coding language was named after DJs who spin and group of underscores records? Yes, Scratch. Speaking of names, Java was originally planned on being named Oak, but the name was taken and trademarked. Silk was also under consideration. 9. Apple has unveiled that WWDC 2020 will offer a student coding contest. Sure, how about a few current events? Going virtual for obvious reasons, WWDC is offering a Swift Student Challenge as a way to connect students with each other. The project is creating an incredible Swift playground on the topic of your choice. Participants will build their level, answer a few written prompts, and provide written documentation. 10. One of the world's most popular COVID-19 tracking websites was created by a teen. That's right, Ava Schiffman has programmed the lauded coronavirus tracker, ncov2019.live, and says at any one time, the site hosts 30,000 people, and from across the world. Oh, and small additional tidbit. Ava is a former EdTech camper. Go Ava.